Well, I tell you, he has had wasted no time signing executive orders. At last count, it was over 40, I think it's around 42 or even more by now. Just an enormous number of executive orders to have signed in less than 2 weeks, more than Trump, Bush, Clinton, Obama, all of them put together. You know, it is just really, I just can't understand why this isn't getting far greater scrutiny and questioning. He's got the Congress, he's got the Senate. Why can't he negotiate with them? Why does he just have to sign executive order after executive order? It's not a dictatorship.
Yeah, well, we hope it's not. Have you seen those armed guards all around the Capitol? Maybe
Yeah,
you might
like
be onto something there, Rita. James?
Well, yeah, and we'll be talking about this a bit more in the second hour, but this executive order orgy that Joe Biden has been on is completely counter to what he has been saying before. Back in October, he said, no, I'm not into executive orders, you know, legislation is the way to go. And of course, everybody criticized Trump whenever he governed by executive order. Everybody said,
he was a dictator.
Everybody said it was perfectly fine when Barack Obama used executive orders to change immigration rules and things like that. But what he is already doing, you know, you've got two Joes. You've got the Joe Biden, which is the, hey, you know, I'm Mr. Unity guy, I'm your nice uncle, I'm the normal guy, the return to normality. And that's
well, that sounds the moment to play it. We don't have it, but Rita's famous roach is running up his legs.
Yeah, well, and you know, and he learned about you know, corn pop and all of that.
Exactly.
But at the same time, you know, he's captured by, and the people who seem to be running the show right now are not normal moderate centrist Democrats, but they seem to be very hard left progressives who seem to be determined to push through a very radical agenda, not just to undo what Trump did, because Trump undid a lot of Obama stuff, that's what always happens, but to actually change the way the entire country is organized forever. One thing which we need to talk about down the road is what they're going to be doing in terms of H.R. 1 and electoral reforms, which could essentially mean that mail-in votes are permanently enshrined as the way presidents are elected, which will have, you know, devastating consequences many Republicans fear.
Yeah.
I'm Scott Rouse. I'm a body language expert and analyst, and I train law enforcement and the military in interrogation and body language.
I'm Greg Hartley. I'm a former Army interrogator, interrogation instructor, resistance to interrogation instructor.
Hi there, I'm Mark Bowden. I'm an expert in human behavior and body language, and I help people all over the world to stand out, win trust, gain credibility.
Hey, I'm Chase Hughes. I did 20 years in the U.S. military, and nowadays I've published a couple of books on body language, and I teach body language, behavior profiling, interrogation.
It's not political. We call them like we see them. It's important to understand that and keep that in your mind as we go along.
No, that's all.
As we await for the records from the National Archives, are you absolutely certain? Are you absolutely positive there is no record of any complaint by Tara Reade against you?
I am absolutely positive that no one that I'm aware of ever has been made aware of any complaint, a formal complaint made by or a complaint by Tara Reade against me at the time this allegedly happened 27 years ago or until I announced for I guess it was in April or May of this year. I know of no one who's aware that any complaint was made.
Yeah, this is my favorite of the entire thing. He took a yes or no question and answered with about a 27-word answer that is just, if you heard, it's cadenced as if he's practiced it.
Ultimately, there's some thought patterns there that don't sign up to our usual way of just trying to explain to somebody it didn't happen. No.
If someone removes you from the answer twice, there's a high likelihood of deception.
His request for approval is certainly there. His blink rate is up.
Interruptions, non sequiturs.
Count how many times did we get removed? If I'm imagining this scenario, how many times did I get removed from that man by date or time or person or group or anything else that takes us out of the yes or no question? Let's see how many times we got. I am absolutely positive that no one that I'm aware of ever has been made aware of any complaint, a formal complaint made by or a complaint by Tara Reid against me at the time this allegedly happened 27 years ago, or until I announced for I guess it was in April or May of this year. I know of no one who's aware that any complaint was made.
You catch her chin jut?
Go ahead.
Please.
Boy, she is PO'd at this cat, man. But yeah, she gets a hardcore old school chin jut up on him. So
Go ahead.
Please.